If you are not building your own life, someone else will hire you to build theirs. Wow, that's in your face, isn't it? Please allow me to read it again slowly. If you are not building your own life, someone else will hire you to build theirs. This means that you really don't have a valid right to be critical of your employer if you are not doing whatever it takes to make your own dreams a reality. People who show up to work with a poor attitude and a victim mentality do not understand the dynamics behind why they are where they are. You have to be willing to plan and put in hard work to make your dream a reality. This only is remedied by taking full responsibility for where you are today. The best-selling book, Extreme Ownership by Navy SEALs Willink and Babin, talk about this in detail in their book. It is highly recommended reading. Expect to change after reading this powerful book. Furthermore, I have said before, no one is going to save you or do it for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Diane Craig, and this is Too Soon to Stop, the How to Reinvent Yourself channel at any age. I am hitting the floor running today with a tough talk message that I hope will inspire and encourage you. I am very happy to be with you today. The title is a reminder that life will continue to happen whether you are paying attention or not. In 5 years, a 5-year-old child turns into a 10-year-old preteen with an entirely different perspective on life, a different person with different capabilities and focuses. This is why it is so important that you are working on something daily that will move you closer to making your dreams a reality. It may not seem like a lot at the time, but over time, it accumulates to something that can really change your life, those around you, and who knows, even the world. Focused daily work does not have to take a lot of time daily, but it does have to be consistent. You can still live your life, but there are also pockets of time that need to be rethought out on how you spend your time. I am a TV news junkie. I always want to know what's going on in the world. After rethinking through this, however, I realize that I am able to accomplish my desire to know what's going on in the world by reading and being very selective with the time I am allowing myself to watch the TV. I do not have to waste hours staring at the TV to accomplish this. Of course, you have responsibilities of life. However, because of your natural talent and the greatness that is in you, you have a responsibility to create and make things better for everyone. You just have to figure out how to balance the two. It takes think time in order to figure this out and how you are going to accomplish this. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, start with the basics. First principles that was discussed in an earlier episode. Break things down to their most elemental point or level. It starts with the greatness and uniqueness that you already have. There is only one you. You are very special. There is greatness in you. What special and unique talents do you possess? What makes you excited and passionate to get up in the morning? How can you use this to help others as well as yourself? What needs does the world have that are not being met that you can possibly help out because of your talents? Start with journaling. Now, if you already have started to do this, well, you are ahead of the game. Journaling will help you achieve the clarity needed to move forward. There is a scripture in the Bible in Ephesians 4:11 through 13 that talks about how we are all here because of God's need for leaders, each with a unique ability to contribute to mature others and the world. Can you see yourself as a leader? Well, with your special talents and capabilities, you most certainly are. You simply have not tapped into your talents to develop your leadership skills yet. That is not to say that you have all the answers. No one does. However, you can start from where you are and build from there. That is why you are spending time daily to build and grow so that you can help others and yourself. You can ensure a secure future for your loved ones because of what you are working on today. I cannot tell you or express in words how much Too Soon to Stop has helped me. In just a few short months since I began, I am in a much better place than when I started. I have far more clarity and also am blessed with comments from others that are also being helped as well. With this knowledge of knowing I have helped others, and I most certainly have helped myself, I have more focus by bringing more clarity and direction on where I am headed and what I want out of life. I am ensuring that my loved ones have a secure future because what I am working on today. The greatest thing is that it is coming from me allowing God to give me direction, guidance, and bringing more clarity to my purpose. Also allowing it to be His purpose and allowing myself to be used by Him. I have been able to build on the over 30 years of experience in the emergency room and move myself and others forward. It has been incredibly exciting. Sometimes, however, I do wake up and just want to be selfish and indulge myself in TV binging and doing nothing. There is nothing wrong with this, but it is important to realize that it is not right to waste the entire day doing this. There are other responsibilities that need to be tended to. This is why it is important to stay in contact with your feelings and God. Allow God to fill up your cup and utilize all that important think time. You never know where your think time will lead. Always, always, always have your brain turned on so that you can process things, grow, and move forward. Thinking through how you can further engage and promote your vision. It is imperative that you figure out how you can use your talents to help others and not just yourself. Never selfishly just focus on what you want without taking into consideration how your actions and plans will affect others. There is nothing spiritual about not allowing your talents to be used to help others. Always keep in mind the world is waiting. I work alongside many other doctors. Sometimes they come in a selfish manner and are rude and disrespectful. They feel because of the pressure they are under, they do not have to be courteous and treat others with respect. We are there for them to meet their needs, and that's all there is to it. They could care less about what other people are going through. Their rude and condescending comments lead to a lot of hurt and anger. Of course, morale takes a nosedive when this happens. The already stressful work environment is made even more stressful. If they have any conscience, and a lot of them do, the next time there is an encounter, of course, it is awkward and even more stressful. There is already enough stress because of the type of work that we do. They made the mistake of coming into work with an empty and dry spiritual cup. It is so important to keep your cup spiritually full so you can give to others in an unselfish and spiritual manner. It may sound cheesy to want to live in harmony with others, but, well, is God cheesy? Most definitely not. If you start seeing things from the perspective that it is all about God, like Ephesians 4:11-13 talks about, and not about you, then things will become easier. You will be able to let go of the little injustices and slights and simply keep your focus on God, even when things get really hard. That is not to say that your feelings won't get hurt, but because you are building a strong infrastructure, you will be stronger and capable of handling the hard challenges, and things will get hard at times. Sometimes when you wake up in a grumpy mood, you have to think through what happened the day before. Sometimes I am in a worse mood the day after my day off. It is only because I do not want to give of myself despite the rest of the day before. I want to continue to rest and be in my comfort zone. Oh yes, that comfort zone. Well, as you mature and grow, you realize that the comfort zone is simply for comfort, and there's a time for comfort, and then there's a time to move forward and make your contribution. Otherwise, your selfish and rude attitude will rear its ugly head, and you will take it out on others only to lead to stress and discord. Who needs that when all you have to do is prepare yourself to give your talents to others? Accept the fact that you, as well as everyone else, are selfish and lazy if left alone and unchecked. That is where a lot of discord comes from. You do not want to give of yourself. You are thinking, what about me? Why do I have to do this right now? I do not feel like being bothered with this. The individual you are being asked to give to was less than civil to you just yesterday. Is this why we are here, though? To give to those who are kind and giving to us? Well, my friend, the answer is no. There is far too much that needs to be done and corrected through you and your talents for you to simply want to be treated fairly all the time. This is particularly hard for me because I come from the mindset that life should be fair all the time. It is important to realize that while life is unfair, it still carries on. You can allow yourself to be stuck in a point of time, but all around you things are still moving forward. Do you want to be stuck or do you want to participate? The choice is yours. Accepting life's unfairness is a critical first step. If I had allowed the unfair treatment I received in my quest to become a doctor to stop me, well, I would never have become a doctor and would not have the privilege of over 30 years of helping hundreds and hundreds of people through my emergency medicine. And I certainly would not be speaking to you right now. Spiritually mature people look to how they can continue to contribute in a spiritual way despite being mistreated. Is it hard? Of course it is. It is also very painful, and sometimes you want to punch people in the face because of the disrespect they throw your way despite your willingness to help them in a jam. It is thankless at times to serve others. However, keeping your focus on helping others, although there is little reciprocity, is what will help you get to your next level because you are not burdened down with guilt or hurt feelings. Sure, you may need to process the hurtful situation at the time, but then you are able to move on because of the champion that you are capable of becoming because you have kept your eyes on the prize and God. Staying stuck, you still have to live your life. However, and unfortunately, you will also find yourself being held back because of that ball and chain that you are willingly carrying around. You can stop this. All you have to do is take the key that is already in your possession and unlock that lock to move forward. It is not easy, though. You have to forgive in order to move forward. You have to take responsibility for your contribution to the less than optimal situation as well if it is partly your fault. Have you taken too long to forgive? Remember, forgiveness is not about right or wrong. A quote from an earlier episode from one of my favorite TV shows, Suits. We all have been wronged and wronged others, and we all need to forgive. 1 Corinthians 13 talks about love keeping no records of wrong. This is where trust in God comes in. Allow Him to work out the details and get the revenge. It is absolutely crazy for you not to do this. God has the big picture. He is on your side, and He knows how to handle every situation in His own way. Don't get in His way. You just have to trust, forgive, take responsibility where you have been wrong, and move on. Even if your feelings are still really hurt, being spiritual is not always easy. Speaking of responsibility, this is where you have to decide whether you are going to be a victim or victor. The choice and decision is yours. If you want to continue to blame others and not take full ownership of things you can change, then you will remain stuck, out of step, and out of touch. How can you possibly move forward in pursuit of your dreams if you insist on staying stuck? Always keep in mind that forward-thinking people look within themselves to improve. They do not look to others and say things like, I would have changed if only you would stop, ... Well, you fill in the blank. Since you are now a forward-thinking person, you only look at what others have and are doing only to use it as a jumping off point to make your dream a reality. You pursue improvement in yourself so that you can impact others. Always putting virtue above comfort because you realize that you are in this for the long haul. Having a transactional mindset that will only hold you back is not the answer. This is where so much selfishness and poor choices are made. Always be humble and relatable. Here's another quote. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his action. This is a quote from Confucius. If your work is speaking volumes, then no one can come and challenge you for pursuing your dream. It is ridiculous for someone to come up to me now and say, well, I don't see why you practiced medicine for 30 years. Please refer to an earlier episode when I speak of how the older sister of one of my classmates stopped me in the street when I was first starting out to tell me that I should not become a doctor because it would be too hard and too expensive, and that I should continue on with my clerical job, which was in a typing pool in a bank. Like the older sister, people have no idea what they are talking about and are applying their filters onto you as if it is a perfect fit. Not. They have no idea what they're talking about. Even if they do, it is from a vantage point of them not seeing the bigger picture and not fully understanding you. If you want, you can try to explain things to them, but most of the time they will not understand. I personally find this a waste of time. It is not until they take the similar step of standing back and looking into the entire forest and not just at the trees that they will finally get it. When children grow up, they say that they want to be just like you. It is when you know you have arrived and have made a great contribution to society. To gain the admiration and respect of a younger person is a great thing and only comes from being authentic and relatable. Here's another hard truth. Hard skills are getting automated and soft skills are becoming more valuable and desired. Soft skills, what they are is relatability, kindness, being a team player, staying significance. These things cannot be ever automated by a robot. This is where the human factor comes in. A guest never forgets a host that makes them feel welcome. Okay, Doc, you say, I am listening. What do I need to do to change in order to start growing? How can people start to see you as a leader, you ask? Well, here's a list which is by no means to be complete. To greatly enhance this list, boil things down to first principle size as was discussed earlier. Number 1, don't talk about people behind their backs. This belittling of others may make you feel good for a while, but it leaves a lasting stench when you are trying to get something done in a very busy and high demand environment. You may think it is a way to relieve stress, but it only adds to it. You will not be able to move forward undeterred because you have the negative feelings that you have said about an individual or a company idea on your mind. A better plan is to learn to ask lots of questions that give you the understanding that you are looking for and will enable you to move forward in unity with others with a deeper understanding of what is going on. If you need to do homework and reading on your own, then do it. Number 2, stop borrowing things like money without returning or paying back in a timely fashion. But I need this right now is no longer an excuse. Oh, I forgot is also no longer good. Thinking of ways to responsibly acquire things on your own is step 1 to being an effective leader. Others are watching. This does not mean that you cannot ask for help, but once you are able to make the other individual whole again, please do it. Number 3, stop being disrespectful of others' property, belongings, or time. Punctuality is so 2021. It shows that you can be trusted and relied upon. Also, not taking advantage of others' generosity by not caring for their property is also not only disrespectful and rude, but it will not win you any friends that will respect you. They will only tolerate you. Big difference. Number 4, realize that the world owes you nothing. You cannot have a sense of entitlement. This is a credibility killer. Number 5, and finally, always take the high road whenever possible. Sure, you can hold back from others out of selfishness. It costs nothing, however, to smile, hold the door open, or to say thank you. People love to hear the sound of their correctly pronounced names, so use it when you are interacting with them. It will show others that you are engaged and care about them. Who doesn't want to follow a leader who cares? Till next time, praying for your success and wishing you the very best.